Hey, how's it going? My name is André Givogue and I just want to say welcome. I just want to introduce you to myself so you can know the voice and assign a face to it, because in the presentation that I've done there's a lot of information. It's jam-packed, but most of the presentation is through a webinar format, so you'll see slides with a bunch of information like content and links and where to go and a lot of descriptive words and stuff like that. It's on video, so you can press play or pause or rewind. So I highly encourage that you go through the whole thing. The presentation was designed to help you step by step to understand the whole process and how it works. So that way you get to know what's going on out there, so you'll be a better informed person. Anyways, that's it. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, have fun and yeah, have a good time. Enjoy the presentation. Pay very close attention, as this will make or break you. I've come up with a chart, a diagram, so to speak, that visually shows you the different methods of marketing an advanced leverage system. And people who succeed are the ones who can master the 3 phases. Here they are. So this is what I like to call the MLM sponsor timeline. So the line goes straight all across and is divided in 3 sections. So the first one is called New Prospect. This is phase 1. Is when the people in business, they have to make sales to people. Therefore, they have to find potential buyers. So basically here, they have to see some sort of presentation about the industry, giving value. Now from here, after that, they get to see what they call a company presentation. And then after that, this is where they do the 3-way with their mentor to answer all the questions. And then finally, the sign up or the sale. Now this falls under the prospecting and enrollment section. Now section 2, that's section 1. Section 2 is the training. So here the new person that did the sale, the new prospect, or now the person, the new recruit, or whatever you're going to call them, they have to sign up for their services or products, whatever it is, to qualify for future commission. And then here they have them take a step to sign up to your training. Now here's the next part where everybody gets lost, confused, and never past this step. And that's what you have to know if you are entering this business or this career from home opportunity here. You got to be very aware of this part. Now the next step goes like this, and it goes back down here. And I will explain what all these are in just one moment. I'm just gonna... Now everybody is different. And there is different approaches and different channels to market your product or service. Now you can make your own leads through internet. And this is a topic that you can spend a lot of time trying to learn about. You can buy phone leads. In this case, buying phone leads, that's not the hard part. Is learning the wording and how to talk to them. And that's something that can be learned. That's why it falls under training. You can talk to your warm market. Now the warm market is what everybody in the industry calls your friends and family, or the people you know. Again, there are specific words that you can use. There's methods and techniques how you can handle conversation without harassing or without burning bridges. Something that's very important that most people forget. When they get exposed to this, they just go quickly in this section here and they don't have the proper training, and next thing you know, they put pressure on friends and family, and that's not what should happen. People should not pressure anybody in anything. That's the wrong way of doing things. The other section here is webinars, and then you have internet marketing over here, and then you have the door-to-door sales here. Now all this, if you notice, it all goes back up to that center line right here. It goes back here to the last one that says go to work. Now this is what people can have a lot of fun with, is in this part where they get to talk to people, or this is where the people will actually hate it. Either or. But like we said earlier, we're working to try to get our means to an end. We're working whether we like it or not. We have to work to pay for the things that we like. Now what I'm showing you is a vehicle that in 4 years that you can retire afterwards. Like they say, it is the shortcut, but you have to dedicate your 4 years to work, not just fall under the training section, which most people do. You have to actually fall under the go to work, and your goal should be to prospect at least 100 people per week. This is what I call the business plan. If you don't follow this and you cannot follow this, then this system is not for you. I'm telling you right up front, if you're not willing to achieve and put your time here, you will fail at this, and this is not for you. So you have to be aware of this, okay? So out of those 100 prospects per week, your goal is to aim at 10 presentation a day. And when I say presentation, I mean the ones over here where you're giving value to people. You have to give time. You have to teach them. You have to educate them. It could be one by one, or it could be in a webinar or teleseminar. It could be in a living room with a bunch of people in there. I don't care how it's done. It has to be presented in front of at least 10 people. That's your target. That's your goal. Another step over here, consistency and follow-up. They are key. So you don't want to get emotional. Example, if you say to somebody, I have a great service or product, and they say, I don't want it, that's fine. You don't say, whoa, buy it, buy it, buy it, because that shows desperation and need. You don't want to be needy. If somebody says, I don't want it, just say, no problem, I'll follow up with you. Is that fine? That's great. Okay, 6 months later or 3 months later, just give them a follow-up conversation. Just say, hey, just following up with you. How are things? Are you interested in taking a look at this now? Yes or no? No? Great. I'll follow up with you later. And then move on. Carry on. Do not attempt to put pressure on anybody. That's just not right. So don't get too emotional and just keep doing your job, and it will pay off. Now, when I say your job is not to train yourself and try to figure out all these different methods. Your job is to get out there and do the presentation. Aim at 10 presentation a day. Presented to 10 people a day. Could be 10 hours or 30 minutes a day, depending on which method of approach you are using. And the results will be exponential. That's your job. Now here, your long-term goal is to personally sponsor or recruit or sell 100 people over the next 4 years. Now, when I was in the life insurance industry, in the business, after a while you become good at what you do. So you can sell people by educating them on different things. I was able to show 3 presentation of life insurance, and out of the 3 educational presentation, I would get 1 client that said, you know what, I think this is useful for me and I would like to get more information. How can I get started? And then I'd be like, whoa, well, glad you asked. Here's how you get started. So again, once you become good at something, your percentage of sales will increase compared to the amount of people that you meet. And then over here, the line comes back to new prospect, cycle, restart. So your job, when you're figuring this all out, is to take that new person, bring him over here, all the way in the back over here, start him. You gotta do this. You gotta introduce them. You gotta make him go through these. You gotta make them train. Say, hey, what kind of person are you? What kind of strategy do you like better? This, or this. Figure out which one is good for them. Get them the right training for this, for depending on what kind of personality they are. And then get them to work. And then also, don't forget yourself. You still gotta work, but they gotta have the same goal as you in that sense. Everybody's independent of their own success. Everybody's responsible for their own business. Everybody's responsible for their own career from home. This is how simple it is. Yet people forget, or people do not know the master plan, which is this, all of this together, and people get stuck in sections. And because people get stuck in sections, especially over here, they never go to this section, which is go to work. Therefore, they don't earn a living. They can't afford it. They don't make money, and therefore they quit. And when somebody quits, it's not the career that failed. It's them. So if you make a commitment to this, you have to commit, again, like I say, 4 years to say, you know what? I will commit to this plan. So I can retire, be financially free for life, achieve my own goals and dreams, or do whatever I want to do. If there's any time during the process where you find things difficult, just have a look at your plan. Where are you in the plan? Are you doing the right things? Yes or not? This will make the difference for you in the big scheme of things. So that's what you got to keep in mind. So basically, the chart looks like this. So you start over here. Okay, it goes all the way down to here. And then here it starts, it restarts all over here. It's a big circle. It's a cycle. Just keeps going and going. Based on the career from home vehicles, the highest potential considering the risk versus reward is the one with the advanced leveraged system, also known as multi-level marketing or network marketing. That being said, you also know that it's not for everyone. You need to be very self-disciplined, have the attitude of a winner, and commit at least 4 years of your life and following the action plan to achieve the ultimate luxury lifestyle. You also learn where people fall under in the training section, so you have an idea of the master plan. You know where you're going, and you can see the pros and the cons of all the different approaches, and you can pinpoint which one is your favorite one, which one you want to learn, and go from there. So in closing, whatever kind of career from home you choose, I sincerely hope and wish you the absolute best. Now that you are better informed, you can make better decisions. You know what to expect and what not to expect. You are now armed with tools and techniques that has served many. Remember how I said you have to recruit 100 people over the next 4 years to be financially free for life, retire, or do whatever you want to do? Well, if you work with a great ALS that's got an easy to follow action plan using simple steps, it can be done a lot faster. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all responsible for our own financial well-being. To find out more, to access your free training so you can really implement those strategies for your business,